Welcome to the Straight Red Card, and this is where the segment is kind of a bonus segment where we just take your questions and comments and run with them.
Speaking of which, guys, if you have a question, leave it in the comments section because this is where we're pulling 90% of our comments from.
That's true. That's where we're getting these from at this point. You know, there was some Facebook stuff, there was some email stuff, but mostly everything we're doing now is really from the comment section.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a way for us to kind of clear up any misconceptions or as well. I think there was the gentleman who said that, you know, Derek seemed pretty pissed off about my Bolivia comments. I wasn't pissed off. I was just on a rant. There's a difference.
Dude,
we love you.
Don't get pissed off about being pissed off.
I don't I don't get pissed off. I seriously don't. I was just on a rant, and that's different than being pissed off.
Let's say,
I'm not.
Derek, I've seen you pissed off. I've never seen you really pissed off on the show.
No. Yeah, I don't think you've seen me that pissed off even in real life, but maybe once.
Yeah, we've had some rants off air.
Yeah, I mean,
that's not really you being pissed off, I guess. It's yeah.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Although, yeah. I did win the K-Hog argument, by the way.
Oh shit.
He did. He said it. He was just kidding about that. If
Totes.
Brett, you have an album, he doesn't even know if my album's any good, Brett.
Dude, he totes agree with you because he wants a signed copy from you. He flat out said it.
He can get one for $20.
So I'm just saying that I call bullshit. I call bullshit.
No,
bullshit.
You know that's exactly what he was saying.
He said he's flexible too, and he asked if I had an album coming out.
Well, your album's going to be horrible.
Well,
you don't know how to play any instruments. You don't know how to play any instruments. You don't write any music.
Doing the greatest hits of Yanni with a recorder,
and
it's going to be phenomenal.
It's
phenomenal.
Horrible. You can't play a recorder. Maybe one of your kids can.
The sad Jurassic Park theme.
That's gonna be awful. You have nothing to give in that realm.
There'll be somebody who loves it. That's what matters.
I love that K-Hog loves the intro song and that he's looked up Brando since he's been on here.
There's a couple people that are doing that now.
Yeah, I know.
I saw somebody try to Shazam your song.
Oh yeah, they tried to find it. Yeah. But it doesn't exist because it was never released. But if you go on YouTube and you look up Brando the Band, or you go on Facebook and look up Brando the Band, you will find more Brando stuff.
Maybe, and just breaking here, maybe the 19th tracks will be like a bunch of empty tracks, and maybe the 19th track will have that on there as a hidden album or hidden song.
Or you could go to it's not, but
it's not.
No, you can go to musical family tree, look that up, put in musical family tree and then put in Brando. You will find a bunch of free shit. All right. And it's from some Indianapolis website that's covering the best indie bands that ever played in indie. So there's a bunch of free shit there, but the new album won't be there.
I didn't make that list.
Well, you need to go look that up too, Brett. Although
did I make the list?
I don't know. I've told you about this before, I think. Like, remember when I gave you the quiz about what kind of music you like?
Derek, I'm making a joke about my Yanni performances.
No, your Yanni performance.
Stop this.
I don't even want to think about that. It's so bad. All right. Yanni is awful. He's awful. All right. Oh, by the way, as well, how about that guy you were talking with about Lanez on Twitter?
Oh.
You want to bring that up?
Not really.
But except
we talk about how we always experience people bringing up certain players and hoping that they come back. And Lanez is always one of the players that people bring up.
They do,
and it's across the board. And quite frankly, and this kind of plays into something that Berlin talks about later. But we definitely hype up players from a youth level.
Well, we don't.
Yeah.
Like not me and you. We don't.
You and I don't. No, we're pretty realistic on people.
Pretty pragmatic about young players.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
especially they're playing in the second Bundesliga in Austria. Listen, Uli Lanez is a long haul to get back in the picture at this point. I'm glad he's doing well at St. Polten.
I'm hoping he has a couple of seasons there with Bolton, and
but he's playing
at that point, I hope he does well enough in the sense that he gets first team action somewhere else. And I'm not saying that he's going to jump from second division Austria to EPL by any means, but maybe second division Austria to Belgium or whatever. I don't know. Something that's a little bit better and a little more of an improvement, and something that can display his abilities if he still has any.
Yeah, I was going to make some really bad comments about the second Bundesliga in Austria, but I won't. It's not good, people. It's really not good. And they're ninth, right? You said they were ninth.
Last week when I looked, they were at ninth because he got a goal or something, a goal and an assist or something last week.
Yeah, we mentioned it.
I decided to take some liberties and look at how he was doing there. You know, he had some like 3 goals and 3 assists or whatever. But I'm like, yeah, they're ranked ninth, and I'm just like, well, fuck, they're not qualifying. They're not going to promote by any means.
All right, well, let's get to some of these comments. I just want to respond real quick to Chris Gary about his the guys that burned down the historic buildings and made national news and shit.
Yeah, somebody was some.
Why would idiots burn down a historic theater? Yeah, that's bad. And it's funny he brought this up because I'm the president of Bloomington Restorations. That's like what we do is restore old buildings. It's crazy that
very similar to that topic. I have friends who napalmed a couple of porta potties.
Well, that's fine. Porta potties aren't historic buildings, but they all
smell like shit, so it's all matters.
I just also wanted to clarify to him that I am also a Billy Joel fan. It's just nothing after Nylon Curtain is worth listening to. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, his thing was they played some music the next day on the broadcast or the overhead.
Yeah, it was
we didn't start the fire. I just wanted to bring that back up, so hopefully it gets stuck in your head again.
No, it's not going to get stuck in my head. I have like a blocker on that. Fucking hate that song. I hate a lot of it. Do 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 do. Listen, it's not bad. It's just it's not necessary. I guess that's what I'm saying.
You're not an Uptown Girl fan?
No, I love Uptown Girl.
Okay, just checking.
I think that was on Nylon Curtain, wasn't it?
Fuck if I know.
Yes, it is. It is.
I'm gonna go with you because you know more.
Yeah, it's on Nylon Curtain along with a lot of really other good songs, including Laura Calls Me in the Middle of the Night. It's really a John Lennon song. It's crazy. It's like he tried to write a John Lennon song. It was awesome. All right, where were we? Question for Brett. If you had to bring one, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
And my mic, I can't hear myself that well all of a sudden. This is weird.
Well, it's weird because I can only hear myself in my own voice. I don't hear myself in my headphones. I think that would really fuck with myself if I did that.
Yeah, for some reason, all of a sudden, I couldn't hear myself that well in my microphone. I mean, my headphones, not my microphone.
You can hear yourself in your headphones?
Yes, I can.
Oh, that would fuck me over, royal.
No, I love it.
Oh,
and there's no reverb or anything, so it's like as I speak, I hear myself very.
They have those very specific headphones and microphone that you can set up where like you're talking, and as you're talking, you can hear yourself. And like people, like 99% of people, like completely fuck up talking when they hear themselves talking to themselves.
I'm a musician. That doesn't bother me.
That's probably it. Yeah, no, that would really mess me up. So I'm glad I can hear myself over just about anything. I've got a loud voice.
You think?
Yeah, I've got a loud voice. The thing, yeah. Well, no, it's a microphone that picks it up. The voice is loud. I'm sure they're keeping the kids up right now.
Well, let's hope not. Those little rugrats need some sleep. All right. This is from Man in the Mirror. He says, question for Brad: if you had to bring one player from the 2002 World Cup roster into the current roster, who would it be, and who would you have dropped? Well, man, it's a good question. I'm glad that question's to you. I mean,
I had to answer immediately.
You did?
Yeah, I would bring back a 17-year-old Landon Donovan.
For whom?
Take out Roldan, push Reyna back to the midfield.
Oh, I thought he
Problem
meant
solved.
I thought he meant starting 11. I mean, I assumed he was like, who in the starting 11 would you replace? But he didn't say that.
No, he
so
said
you're
he
right.
said 2022 roster. So I said, yeah, take out Roldan, push Raymond back in the middle. We're good.
Shit. In that case, I'd take Cherundolo,
Beasley, whatever. I mean,
I'd
there's
take
a bunch of players that are
Beasley,
taking.
Brad Friedel. I mean, if we're just replacing backup spots and shit,
Yeah, I mean,
that's easy.
Friedel for Sean Johnson.
John O'Brien. I mean, this
hopefully
is not
a healthy
hard.
one.
Yeah, a healthy 8. That would be a healthy 8. Backup.
To your point, though, if it was replacing it in the starting 11, that might be different.
Yes, it would.
That would have been tougher
because I'm not replacing Pulisic.
No,
I would replace Pepe with McBride.
God,
I would
love that
McBride
back in the roster. That'd be great.
I would replace him, and then but Weah outright or Aronson. No, I'm not replacing those two. I'm not replacing.
They've already excelled past Beasley and Donovan at their age.
Yeah, I'm not replacing McKennie. I'm not replacing Adams. I'm not replacing Musa. I'm not replacing Dest. I'm not replacing. I don't think I'd replace.
Who's a left back in 2020? He was left back in 2002.
Who was the left back? That's a good question. I'm trying to remember. Was it Eddie Lewis? I think they stick Eddie out there. I'm sorry, my brain's fried. Are they?
That's left back is like a black hole to me. I mean, it's just I don't know. It's just like who's opposite of Trundle? It's like
Cherundolo is a right back for sure.
Yeah, it said who's opposite of Trundle.
Yeah, that's a good question.
2002 World
was it Tony
Cup
Santa? God, my fucking brain is fried. I can't remember that.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Either way, I'm not sure I'd even replace Jedi. And I don't think I would replace Miles Robinson either. Although I do love, a lot of the players on the 2002 team, of course. You've got
Dave, you got Gregg Berhalter in the 2002 World Cup.
Well, I'd replace him.
We can bring in Gregg Berhalter as a coach. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, you would bring Eddie Pope. You would bring Eddie Pope, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Eddie Pope's the bomb.
Fucking solid.
As a center back.
Yeah.
It also depends on the current situation. I mean, right now Brooks is in a vial of shit, and Wolfsburg are playing poor. And he's not playing
was it Tony Senna? Was he a left back?
I thought he was, but I might be wrong.
I'm looking at all the defenders. There's Berhalter. There's Pablo.
I'm pretty sure
Pablo's defense.
Pretty sure Santa played out wide.
I think they fucked up, man. They have Frankie Haydu as a midfield and Pablo as a defender.
Hey dude was definitely a winger or a left wing back or right wing back.
Was it wing back? Yeah.
But it's been a long time, folks, and it's hard to remember 2002, even though I watched every game and whatever. I don't have that shit in front of me, so. So I hope that was a sufficient answer to that question.
All of the above.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Carlos Bocanegra saying that no teams in Europe have called Atlanta United about Miles Robinson? I think it's crazy that nobody has. Yeah.
So no, I feel like we've answered this one.
We have.
I don't think that it's necessary. I don't think it's an answer of not having any interest. I think there's no interest that's worth mentioning because the bids aren't worth it.
Yeah,
in their mind. I think that's what they're saying. We're expecting $3 million. You guys are coming out with like 425,000. Whatever. Bullshit. I'm bullshitting numbers here, of course.
But. He's totally worth at least 12 million at this point, or somewhere around those parts. So I think it's more about what the offers have been, as you mentioned. Yeah, it's not so much
these.
There have been no offers. If there have been no offers,
no, there has to be something,
and no interest. Then I just have to say there's some real morons roaming around in Europe right now.
I guess not necessarily on the same topic, but while we're talking about positions in Europe and stuff like that, when we talked about Venezia and the possibility of Dike going and being the third member there, somebody I forgot who it was. Somebody brought up a great point that Busio counts as a EU player.
He does.
So there's still an opening.
I agreed with that, by the way. But I don't know if that means there's still an opening, because if you go to Venezia's,
they may have gotten somebody else, I guess.
Yeah, if you go to Venezia's roster, they have players outside the EU, quite a few of them. And I'm sure some of them are like Busio in the fact that they are, they have an EU passport, but I'm sure some of them are not. So I'm going to the squad. I'm looking at Dor Peretz from Israel. I'm looking at David Okereke, who is from Nigeria, Sergio Romero from Argentina. I don't know if these guys, they have 2 Nigerian players. I don't know how many of those guys have an EU passport. That's the question. I would have to go through and do individual research on all of those players.
Because I do about that.
What?
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't have the time.
Nope.
But does Tanner Testman have an EU passport? And for my information was no, he does not. Although, maybe there's something about Tanner Testman I don't know about. Because maybe a grandmother is one of Tanner Testman's grandmother has a passport or has connections to Europe or whatever, which allows him to have an EU passport. I don't know. I don't know that much about Tanner Testman's background. I haven't gone on ancestry.com to research it. So I don't know the answer to that. Let's see. Another question. But I do think that's a good thing to address. Westfall said, how do I become a guest on the show?
Got him down.
I don't know if we're going to have you on, Westfall. I mean, we might, but I
feel bad. Berhalter's already nixed him as an option for the roster. I feel bad that if we can't include him as a guest.
I mean, we could. We'll see.
This brings up an interesting point, though. Is not an interesting point, but an interesting thought process is that we could possibly look at doing a recorded guest show where we do go on StreamYards and we just send the link out to people.
Oh, and just have them ask questions.
Have them come on. We can chat with them for a couple of minutes, boot them, bring the next person on. It's a possibility. The only reason why I say recorded is because, quite frankly, I don't trust everybody. I don't want to do it live and you guys come on and say some things that aren't acceptable under YouTube standards. And then,
dude, I don't trust myself.
Yeah,
yes.
Like, why aren't you guys doing live streams? I don't trust what I'm going to say after the third drink, man.
Yeah, no kidding. Third segment's always like. I mean, we have deleted whole parts of shows before, and it's been me mostly. So
they're usually rants that just make no sense at that moment.
Yeah, kind of.
We're on a soccer show. What?
I love this Jasper Redican comment. You're wrong about everything and very stupid, but I love the show and keep up the work.
Great to hear from you, Jasper. We love you, man.
We love it. We love it. Yes, we are actually that's the problem. We're not stupid. That's the problem.
Oh, and I told when I was responding about the whole Jimmy Conrad thing, I was saying, like, hey, Jimmy was nice enough back in the day, to give up his time for a couple of nobodies a couple times throughout
back
the years.
in the day. Yeah.
I mean, we were literally nobodies back then. Well, we're still literal nobodies. We're just a little more abrasive now.
Yeah. But, I mean, we were on we were on big soccer. So
big red soccer.
Big red. I'm thinking of Big Red Liquors. I think I need to go buy myself some Belgian beers. All right. Berlin Amerikaner said, why is the U.S. men's national team community so bad at identifying center forward talent? Last year, Lenez, which we already talked about, I think was on the World Cup Qatar roster. Now he is a 2-Liga reserve in Austria. Yes. Why are we so bad at it? Maybe because we just don't have a lot to pick from, so we're kind of desperate. That's my.
Well, I mean,
we're desperate.
Lanas didn't really get much playing time in general, and if he did, he was still with who was he? He was with Wolfsburg at the time, right?
Yeah, and he's kind of a midget. So as a center forward, he wouldn't really work in Gregg's hold up.
Very few of our Latin American players are are
Well, okay.
giants.
Oh, well, don't turn me into a racist, Brett. Jesus Christ.
No,
That's not what I'm saying, but not as a center
genetically
forward.
speaking. It's just they're normally not. They're normal. Our Latin friends aren't necessarily the tallest out there. We've got our Northern European stock in there. We're all like 6'2", 6'7" giants.
Pepe he's pretty,
6'2", yeah.
But
in fairness,
he's a big guy.
Comparison, I mean, Hoppy, so it's 6'3". He doesn't look that tall either. That's the weirdest thing.
I know, but if you're going to play center forward for Gregg, you're going to have to be somewhat tall and big. I mean, the exception being Ferreira, who I believe is only 6 foot or 5'11". Yeah, but he's fairly muscular, so he can handle it. But yeah, little guys are not going to be playing center forward for Gregg. Little dudes, little center forwards.
The reason why the U.S. men's national team community are so bad at identifying talent. I don't know if we're bad at identifying talent. We're just eager for the next big player. We're always like, oh, this guy is going to be huge, and then he flames out, and then oh, this guy is going to be huge, and then he flames out.
Yeah, we've had
the numbers work against us, but like the problem is that players will succeed at the youth level. Everybody grows and develops differently at different times, and there's always going to be that soccer stud at the younger levels because they developed a certain way and they're ready to roll. But the problem is once they become a young adult and everything like that, everybody catches up to them. They may not necessarily have that physical prowess or the soccer mind over everybody else. But,
I like Berliner's response, though, to you. He said, Sargent was never shiny, though. He said shinny, but he meant shiny. Yes,
hair, you could probably see his hair from space, so I don't know, maybe.
I mean, yeah, let's not talk about Sargent anymore. It's really depressing.
It's super depressing.
Bolivia elevation comment. Yes, we already talked about that. What is the song you guys use in your intro and outro? That's my song. You're not going to find it by shazamming it.
Shazamming, yeah.
Because it was never released.
Do you know what Shazam is?
No.
It's an app.
I know Shazam. Shazam's different from that.
Sure.
I don't know it as an app, but I do know the word Shazam.
You're a big Shaquille O'Neal fan, right? No, that's Shaquille. That's Kazam. Never mind.
Who was it?
Shazam is the DC superhero.
But didn't he play as Shazam?
No, he played. I think it was Kazam.
Okay, whatever.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Fuck, where were we at? Oh, Shazam. So Shazam is a music app that if you hit record, it listens. The app listens to the music that's playing. So if you're like in your car and you're like, oh, I really like this song, but God, the radio never fucking ever tells you who's fucking singing the song. So you hit record and Shazam listens to it and listens to certain things about the song, and then it'll tell you who sings the song.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. So basically what happened is somebody took their phone, and when our intro went on, hit record, and nothing came up.
So yeah, from 1998 to 2002, Brando put out 4 albums, and we were in magazines and all that other shit. But that song we're using for the intro to our show, it was finished, but it was there are actually lyrics and singing on the song, and maybe I'll publish that here at some point so people will be like, oh, okay, there's the song. Yeah, there's an actual song. I got to remember the name of it so I can go back through the catalog and reload the whole fucking thing so you can listen to it. But it's an indie rock song. Some people won't like it, but I'm glad those of you who do. That's awesome. Also, I think that's done with the questions, right? Or did I miss anything?
Those are the questions that I had.
All right. The weirdest thing that showed up in my feed today, Brett, was it's don't touch a dead camel in the desert. Don't touch a dead camel in the desert. First of all, Why would you be in the desert? Second of all, if you're in the desert, why would you touch a dead camel? I guess they explode, is what it's the whole thing. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just thought it was weird. It was on my feed.
I just assumed you need to stay warm, sort of like Han Solo and Empire Strikes Back.
You mean?
And I thought they smelled on the outside.
I thought Luke was the one who got all tucked up inside a dead
Luke was
animal.
beaten up by that abominable snowman monster.
Okay.
And, Han, he's like, Luke's going, like what? Was it Obi-Wan? Obi-Wan.
I think Luke was hanging upside down in the cave or whatever.
He escaped. He chopped off the arm, and he ran out, and he was about to freeze to death, and he saw Obi-Wan. He's like, Ben, and then all of a sudden Han Solo came on that two-legged camel.
Yeah, whatever that thing was called.
I don't want to Google it.
I thought one of them slept inside of it. One of those
two-legged
camels.
Yeah, Han took Luke's lightsaber, carved it open, and then threw Luke inside of it to keep him warm.
That's what I thought happened. That's why I said Luke slept inside of one of those beasts.
Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever you do, if you're in a desert and you find a dead camel, which is going to be a very rare thing, and I can't believe this had like almost 1 million views, but don't touch it.
Like the whale that beaches. They fill up with gas and they just explode.
There's a very famous whale in the 60s or 70s that blew up on a beach and splattered everybody. So be careful.
Dude, I watched the video of some demolition crew that decided to take out a whale.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
And they're like a quarter mile down the road in some parking lot, some car was crushed by slabs of blubber.
Exactly. You don't blow up
nobody
a whale.
Died from that. Death by whale.
Although a lot of people were covered with rotten whale meat and blood and guts. Yeah, it was disgusting. And the press was there. You can find that on YouTube. Just like
that's where I watched it.
Yeah, look up
Exploding whale.
Exploding whale. That'll probably do it.
Pull it up. Yeah, you'll probably find it there.
More than likely. Yeah. All right. I think we're done for tonight. Thank God, because it's 10:16 and
man, the topics really took a huge skew at the end. Star Wars and then exploding whales and camels.
I don't know what the hell I'm going to call this show. It's kind of like the bonus Sunday show. I'm just like, bonus Sunday show. We answer your questions. Gregg's formation change for you. Like, I have no fucking clue what to name these things. So this will be interesting to see how. But by the time this comes out, it'll be like
we talk about Landon Donovan being with the 2022 World Cup. There you go. Problem solved.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's it. We gotta look for those keywords, man.
The keywords. So YouTube doesn't keep fucking us in the ass. So, and I wonder if you say that, they give you a demerit. YouTube fucked me in the ass. Like if you say that enough times.
But they were gentle. Who we say?
They were gentle and loving about it. Yes. And they pulled out.
How considerate of them.
And just left that whatever. I'm not going to say it. All right.
Well, I'll come to the end of the show here.
Yeah. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your uncle. I was mentioned that I haven't said that enough. Do share it with your uncles, the cool ones.
Yeah.
And hit the bell. Apparently that's really important these days. Everybody's saying it now. And I never used to hear people say it constantly on their shows, but they are now. So hit the bell. Apparently that's a big help. And we'll see you the next time on the Straight Right Card.